An already successful season-opening homestand comes to a close, and a win today would send your Rangers on the road on a high note. The Rangers and Mariners are coming up next. Welcome to the opening week of baseball, presented by Burger King. And this afternoon at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, a rare weekday matinee as the Rangers wrap up this four-game series against the Seattle Mariners, trying to take 3 out of 4. A good crowd making their way in, some of whom may be playing hooky with Jim Knotts.
All right, thanks, guys. What a day for baseball. You guys ready? Plenty of field trips in the stands today. Students skipping school looking for the Rangers as they take on the Mariners, hoping for a Ranger win. We'll see what happens. First pitch between the Rangers and Mariners coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest.
Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Ford dealer and drive the 2012 F-150 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Ford is the best in Texas. By Burger King, proud sponsor of opening week baseball. And by the Progressive Insurance Group. For money-saving car insurance, quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. And welcome to the ballpark. Dave Barnett along with Tom Green. Derek Holland gets his second start of the year, and against a team that very early on last year saw exactly what he's capable of.
Yeah, the Rangers obviously played very well against the Mariners last year. One of the reasons why was Derek Holland, who pitched very well against the Mariners last year. He actually threw a shutout against them earlier in the season. He had 4 starts. He was 3-0. His ERA was under 3. He had more than a strikeout per inning. They only hit .238 against him. He won 16 games last year. He's off to a good start this year. Didn't have his perfect command in his first start, but he threw the ball great, and he's on track to have another outstanding year.
Today it's Derek Holland against Jason Vargas, and time to welcome to the broadcast Emily Jones.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. And Tom, you bring up a great point. Derek did not have his best stuff in his first start, but he said that was what was key. The fact that he didn't have his best stuff, had a bad inning, and was able to bounce back in his first start of the season. He's looking to improve on that here today.
Less nervous for sure, but the big thing is just to keep doing what I was doing from the first start. I thought I was very consistent with all my off speed. I went after the hitters. I just made a couple mental mistakes. That was the only thing that cost me, but I'm going to just keep going out there and doing what I've been doing the whole time.
And Derek Holland looking to continue the trend of excellent starting pitching for these Rangers. A 2.41 ERA through 6 games so far. Definitely a high bar to reach, but one that has been set by this starting rotation, and one I know they're all trying to keep up with, guys.
Yeah, in fact, after what Colby Lewis put together yesterday, 6 2/3 shutout innings, the starting staff has a string of 17 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings pitched, which Holland will try to continue here. 3 of the first 6 starts have been scoreless starts for the Rangers. Here's the lineup for Eric Wedge today. Sean Figgins in center field. Hasn't played there in years. Alex Liddy in the lineup, playing third base and batting second. Ichiro batting third again and right. Justin Smoke at first. The DH is Jesus Montero. Kyle Seager moves from third to second base today. Miguel Olivo catching. Casper Wells, his first start of the year, in left, and Brendan Ryan bats ninth and plays short.
Scotty report on Derek Holland against the White Sox. He went 6 innings. He gave up 3 runs in that game. 2 2-out walks really came back to hurt him in that ball game. Pitched really well, as we mentioned, against Seattle in 4 starts last year. Last season, he tied for the most shutouts in the league. He had 4.
Here's the Ranger defense behind Holland. And brought to you by the Home Depot. Only 2 errors so far. Hamilton Gentry getting his first start. Cruz and right. Beltre Alberto Gonzalez on an off day for Elvis Andrus. He's at shortstop. Mike Napoli at first. Yorvi Torrealba is behind the plate. And there is Alberto Gonzalez. Ron Washington saying before the game he'd already planned to give Elvis today off. Of course, he homered yesterday. Wash said, "Oh, I should have known. Going to be putting it together just in time to rest today." But he stuck with that plan. And Holland is ready to go. And his first pitch misses low to Figgins. 77 windy degrees. And jet stream conditions. That is blowing in from right field. So it could turn some fly balls around and could be flying out today. A good crowd for a rare weekday afternoon game here at the ballpark. 2 balls and a strike to Figgins. Switch hitter hitting .310 so far on the year. The one at 15 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. It's about 50 degrees warmer than where the Rangers are headed after this game. It's a little on the chilly side in Minnesota. The Rangers play 3 over the weekend. Sean Figgins started this trip with back-to-back 3-hit games at Oakland. And has hit Holland well.
The Mariners played Oakland in Japan. Then they played Oakland again in Oakland. And they leave here and go back home to play Oakland. Felix Hernandez will pitch his first 3 starts all against Oakland.
Chopper over Holland, charging. Early chance for Gonzalez. And he handles it perfectly.
Yeah, how that first ball put in play goes right straight to the new guy, and he comes in and makes a beautiful play. Couldn't tell the difference between Gonzalez and Elvis on that play. Little chopper right over Derek. Has to come in and catch it on a tough little hop right there. Throws accurately to first base. One thing that Gonzalez did in spring training, he played very well defensively. Ron Washington was very comfortable watching him play shortstop. He made the team, and I know Wash feels very comfortable having him out there in the lineup today.
Strike one to Alex Liddy. One of 7 rookies on Seattle's opening day roster. A hit in his only at bat so far. This is just his second game. And the start at third base. Alex Liddy, the first Italian-born and Italian-developed player ever to make the majors out of the MLB International European Academy. First to make the majors. He is the 7th native of Italy to play Major League Baseball, but the first in 50 years since. Do you remember this name, Tom? Reno Bertoia?
Reno Bertoia. I used to have his baseball card.
Yeah.
I think it had a white background. 1954 top set. Good fastball right there, right on the inside corner. See, Torrealba sets up in there, and Derek actually delivers it even a little bit closer to the plate, and it caught the corner. Like Jorvik might have had his glove a couple inches off the plate. Derek caught the corner. Liddy didn't like the call, but the Fox tracks showed that it was a strike.
That's Doug Eddings with Paul Noward at first, Dana Demuth, crew chief at second, and Kerwin Danley at third. So 2 outs, and here's Ichiro. And he takes strike one. No longer their leadoff hitter. He has cooled since his 4-hit opening day in Tokyo. Reminded his home fans what he's capable of. And he started this series off hot. 3 for 4 Monday, but 0 for 8 since then. Right up the middle, and a base hit for Ichiro.
Yeah, Ichiro was able to get the bat head on out in front on that changeup. Fastball might have been a little late on it, but that changeup, maybe a slider, might have been a slider, something off speed, 84 miles an hour, might have been a slider. In any event, Ichiro was able to get the good part of the bat on it.
So he's aboard with 2 outs, and that brings up Justin Smoke. He was having a nice series last night. 2 for 4, a double, and a leadoff single off Joe Nathan to ignite the Mariners' 3-run 9th inning game-winning rally. Hitting the ball consistently hard in his homecoming to Arlington, just off the plate, off speed, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, one thing we've seen from Smoke in this series in the first 3 games, left-handed, is that he can hit the outside fastball. Several of the fastballs have been right on the outside corner, and he's drilled them into right center field for base hits, almost carbon copies of each other.
A little number this time, and an easy play for Holland to take care of the top half of the first. And for Seattle, no runs on the Ichiro hit. They leave 1. Rangers coming to bat. And for the Rangers, lineup that begins with Ian Kinsler at second. Michael Young batting second on Elvis Andrus' day off. He's the DH. Josh Hamilton starting in left field. Beltre batting cleanup. Cruz and right. Napoli at first. Torre Alba catching. We've already seen Alberto Gonzalez at work. And Craig Gentry's first start. Batting ninth in center against Jason Vargas.
Well, Vargas has started twice against the A's. He's off to a good start. Last year against the Rangers, he won 2 out of 3 starts. He's a good, solid, middle-of-the-rotation guy. Give you 200 innings. He had 3 shutouts last season. That's most by a Mariners pitcher since 2001. He's not a hard thrower, but he's got a little deception in his delivery. He turns his back to the hitter from the windup. Fastball is, mid to upper 80s. He's got a real good changeup, pretty effective curveball. Good command of his pitches, and his game is keeping the hitters off balance. He's pretty good at it.
29-year-old out of Apple Valley, California, up on Kinsler 0-2, but he smashes a base hit out to Figgins in center.
Not a real good 0-2 pitch. Ian was right on that fastball.
Here is the Seattle defense today, brought to you by the Three Stooges, the movie, and 2 new outfielders. First time we've seen this alignment. Wells and left, Figgins in center. Figgins has been playing left field. Liddy at third, moving Seager to second. Dustin Ackley has the day off. And here is Michael Young. 2 for 4, drove in a run last night. He takes a strike. And for Michael, it was career RBI number 103 against Seattle. One more, he ties Juan Gonzalez for the most ever by a Ranger against the Seattle franchise. There goes Kinsler. The throw by Olivo is not in time, and Ian Kinsler has his first stolen base of the year.
Really good jump by Ian. Ian always gets a good lead. Doesn't get thrown out very often, which tells you he's got good instincts. He gets good jumps, accelerates quickly, and he's in there easily. Not much of a chance for Olivo right there.
Great look there at just how ahead of the throw Ian was. So the 1-1 pitch after he whirls and looks Kinsler back to the bag. Vargas making already his 3rd start. March 29th in Tokyo. No decision against the A's, but 2 hits and a run in 6 1/3 innings. Just like Kinsler, Young lines a base hit to center. The throw by Figgins is cut off, and safe at second base is Young after he drives in his 104th career run against Seattle, and that pulls him even with Wando and gives the Rangers a 1-0 lead.
Michael continues to do a great job with men in scoring position. Another line shot, almost exactly like the line shot off Kevin Millwood to drive in a run last night. Off-speed pitch, stayed up in the strike zone, and Michael drilled that to center field. Aggressive call at third base by Dave Anderson. He's sending Ian all the way. Knows Figgins' arm from center field is average and didn't feel like he had much of a chance to throw him out, which he didn't. Michael Young running all the way. Was able to beat Justin Smoke's throw to second. They change places, still nobody out, and Rangers have 1 run in.
Josh Hamilton grounding first pitch he sees to Smoke for the first out. He does get Young up to third base.
Yep, and the name of the game right there. Pull the ball. Pull the ball on the ground or hit a deep fly ball at least to move that runner to third base and give Beltre a chance to get the second run in.
And Tom, it really made all the sense in the world for Dave Anderson to have Kinsler going home on Figgins' arm, because Sean Figgins had not played any outfield since 2007. He has not played center field since 2005, very early in his Angels career. So why not test him?
Yeah, and he was, when he fielded that ball, the ball was hit hard by the time he got to the ball. he was fairly deep in center field. I don't think many center fielders are going to throw anybody out from out there. Figgins' arm is solid arm. He's played a lot of third base. He's got a solid arm, but he just didn't have much of a chance from out there.
They are missing Franklin Gutierrez with a torn pectoral muscle until next month sometime.
Here's a look at where he gets the ball. Right there, that's deep center field to have a chance of throwing somebody out. Ian pretty much touches third base right when Figgins caught the ball. Scored easily. And actually, I think if Justin Smoke could have caught the throw from Figgins cleanly and thrown to second, they might have had a chance to get Michael, but he wasn't able to get it cleanly. Mariners going to play the infield almost in right here with Beltre up.
Vargas behind his first hitter. There's 3 balls to the strike as you look at the alignment. Just 3 walks in his first 2 starts, covering 11 2/3 innings. At second start, he beat the A's with 5 1/3 5-hit innings, giving up 2 runs at the Coliseum. And he misses in again for ball 4.
Oh, he's been very careful to Beltre. Obviously a middle of the order run producer. So is Nelly Cruz. So you're not really taking a day off with Nelly Cruz right here. But you do have a man at first base, which gives you a chance to turn a double play and get out of the inning. So percentage-wise, pitching tough to Beltre right there made sense.
So here is Nelly. 4 for 21 start for Cruz. Last night 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. He has in fact struck out twice in 4 of his first 6 games. But he also has a home run. He's driven in 4. And only Ian Kinsler has more runs batted in this Ranger lineup than Nelly Cruz. So with Young at third, now Beltre at first. That first pitch a little bit wide. Vargas' strong start completely different than how he pitched in the Cactus League, where he gave up 12 earned runs in 8 2/3 innings. But managed to get himself ready for the regular year. That's the whole point out there. Cruz has hit him well. Vargas in his career is 29 and 39, ERA of 4.5. Up originally with the Marlins in 05. Moved to the Mets in 07, the Mariners since 09. And misses high, falls behind. 2 balls and a strike to Cruz. 5 hits, 3 of them home runs for Cruz versus Vargas. Just off that one.
Trying to throw it down and away, and it's pretty much right down the middle of the plate. And when Nelly's in a good groove, you're not going to get away with that pitch. Got away with it that time, though. Nelly's still got a big one left.
Just outside. Vargas working away, and runs the count full. Gettings had it right. And there goes Beltre on a swing and a miss, and throw to third, almost nipping Michael Young.
The Rangers trying to steal a run right there. They were hoping that Olivo would throw through to second base, in which case Michael was going to try to beat the throw back home. Olivo didn't get rid of the ball to second base and almost was able to come back and get Michael at third base. Nice escape route by Michael to beat the throw back there. Big strikeout for Vargas with a man on third base and one out. Rangers not capitalizing at least on that at bat. See Michael come back on the infield side, trying to make it difficult for Oliva to throw the ball right on the bag. If he did, he would have hit Michael right in the back. As a base runner, when you're kind of caught off right here, you come back toward the infield side and make it difficult for the catcher to have an angle. He had to throw it off to the left, to his right, and Liddy had to come back to make the tag and couldn't quite get there.
I wonder if Olivo doesn't bobble the ball if he doesn't throw to second, and maybe Young then is able to come home.
Yeah, I think he probably would have thrown to second.
So it's Mike Napoli off to a 1-for-10 start. That hit, though, was an RBI single on Saturday against the White Sox. 2 in scoring position here with 2 away. Raked it pretty well against Seattle. And as last year went on, just automatic in these run scoring opportunities. Three balls and a strike. Torrealba is on deck. Napoli in the second game of this series, beamed by Blake Bevan in the 7th inning on Tuesday. Stayed in the game. Got him right off the bill of that helmet near the ear flap. And he pops this one straight up. It will drift back over the screen and out of play. Theme to this series, Seattle starters having a rough time getting out of the first. 2 of the first 3 games they have faced 7, and if Napoli reaches, Vargas will face his number 7 hitter, and Torrealba. But here's his 3-2 pitch, and that one is lofted out to right center field. Figgins into the gap to haul it in. Rangers get a run, though, on 2 base hits. They leave 2 in scoring position, and after 1 they lead 1-0. The second inning with a 1-0 lead. He'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Seattle lineup, beginning with the DH Jesus Montero. And the curve in for strike 1. Montero over in January from the Yankees with Hector Noesi in the Michael Pineda trade. Two of the top young players in baseball exchanged there. So the Mariners gave up a great right arm. Tom, the times we saw Michael Pineda last year, you could close your eyes and still know he was throwing. The ball just had a different sound when it smacked into the catcher's mitt.
Right, he's a good young pitcher with a great arm. But to get a frontline position player, middle of the order guy like Montero, that's the price you have to pay. Now the Mariners also feel like Noesi can be a solid starting pitcher for him to kind of take the place of Pineda, in which case they've made a pretty good trade. Right now Pineda's on the disabled list.
Holland with his second strikeout. And here's Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Dave. Nice crowd on hand. Looking for another Rangers win. You guys ready, huh? You bet. Community Corner this afternoon. We're talking about youth sports. You know, youth sports is great for self-esteem and developing social skills, but there are some drawbacks like injuries, concussions, and heat illnesses. To find out more, parents, you can help. Log on to safekids.org. That's safekids.org, the place to go to keep your kids safe. Dave?
Good curve for strike one to Kyle Seager. 1 for 4 last night. He doubled in the ninth and ended up scoring the tying run on a Michael Saunders double. Off to a very good start. First time with the club from opening day. And at second base today, played a little second base last year after coming up. Right back to Holland. And he's handled the ball cleanly. Two of the last three batters he has faced. He gets the first two here in the second.
A couple of strikeouts, 3 weakly hit ground balls, and then a line drive to center field, well hit by Ichiro.
He has sat down 5 of the first 6 hitters. And Miguel Olivo hitting just 125, a 2 for 17 road trip. Last night 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Two games in Tokyo, the Mariners did not swing the bat well. They've hit it very well in 5 games since then. 292 is their team average. Ball at a strike. But it would not be a stretch to say they were desperate to improve their offense after last year. Easily the worst offense in the American League, really in baseball, at just 233.
I think that's true, and that's why they were lured to trade a young power pitcher like Michael Pineda to get Montero, just because they felt like they had to try to get some offense. And he's a young player that might develop into a middle of the order guy, and a good one as time goes on. Problem that Seattle has is they've got one of the best pitchers in baseball in Felix Hernandez, and throughout his career he has never pitched on a contender. He won't pitch on a contender this year, and just have to wonder when it will be that Seattle will be a contender to take advantage of having that #1 top of the rotation guy like Felix Hernandez.
Two pitch and a full count. It must have been extremely frustrating last few years to be Felix Hernandez and pitch the way he can pitch and have so many quality starts marred by a complete lack of offense. This one past Holland, right to Kinsler. The high throw pulls Napoli off the bag. Olivo is safe.
Well, obviously with the catcher running, Ian caught the ball in plenty of time. Made a natural throw. He just threw it high. Catches the ball in plenty of time, looks to first, throws it. It just wasn't an accurate throw. One of those balls that gets away from you.
So Kinsler charged with the error. Rangers have been playing sparkling defense. So surprising to see any error, and just the third they've committed. This is game 7.
First error by an infielder so far this year.
That's right. So Casper Wells gets the hit here in the second. Wells over from the Tigers. At the trading deadline last year. He was hitting .257 with Detroit, and with Seattle that dropped down to .216. Just the last couple of weeks of the season had vertigo-like symptoms. Great arm of the outfield, though. And out of play, ball and 2 strikes. Casper Wells from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And the 5th Casper in the Wells family over the years. 14th round pick out of Towson State, 2005 for Detroit. And Holland gets him looking. 2 strikeouts here in the inning. 3 in the first 2 innings for Derek Holland. Metroplex, Metro PCS, and Southwest Airlines are offering a chance to win a trip for 4 to watch the Rangers play in Los Angeles. Register to win at metropcsflyaway.com. 1-0 Rangers in the bottom of the second. Bottom third of the order against Jason Vargas, Torrealba, Gonzalez, and Gentry.
Yeah, I think if you're Jason Vargas, you're probably feeling pretty good that the score is only 1-0. Rangers had a pretty good chance to at least get one more run with a man on third and less than 2 outs, and with a couple of men on and Cruz and Napoli coming up, could have been a big inning, but he was able to limit the damage to a couple of hits and 1 run, and probably feels pretty good that he was able to do that.
Tried to hold up on that one and couldn't. 1 ball and 1 strike. Torrealba has handled Vargas. 5 hits, a double, and a homer. But 1-2. Yorvit last night, 1 for 3, a walk. And he stole the first base of the year for the Rangers, the 19th, by the way, of his career. He's been caught 16 times.
Well, it opened up the floodgates. The Rangers stole 2 bases in the first inning. Just took a leader, someone to get the first one.
That's right. Kinsler and Beltre then followed already here today. Jorvita, only season with the Padres 2 years ago, stole 7. He can run by catcher standards. Inside 2-2. Rangers trying to take 3 of 4 against Seattle and win their 5th straight series over the Mariners. Fielded by Vargas, is thrown out in time. See, Torrealba runs very well for a catcher.
He does. He had to run as fast as that to beat the throw because it was right there, almost at the exact same time his foot touched the bag. It was a nice play by Vargas, who pounced on it, had to go all the way to the line really to make that play. Swinging bunt, and watch Vargas pounce on this ball. Normally the pitcher doesn't have a chance from there, but turned it into a close play.
Yeah. Get the antlers up there.
You guys aren't the only ones that can run.
Run like a deer, so you pop the antlers up when you pull that off. Here is Alberto Gonzalez's first at bat as a Ranger. In just his second game, he was in as a defensive replacement on Tuesday. But he's been around. 6th year, his 379th career game, previously with the Yankees, Nationals, and Padres. Lifts that one to left center field. Sean Figgins back in front of the track for the first out. And Torrealba back to first. Hit pretty well by Gonzalez. And with 1 out, brings up Craig Gentry. .243 for his career. This year 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter and defensive replacement. Routinely in this first week of the season, coming in late innings where the Rangers are ahead in center and moving Hamilton over to left. But he gets the start today. David Murphy off against the lefty.
They're trying to push that bunt to the right side. You got to be pretty accurate with the first baseman holding the runner at first base. Otherwise, you just bunt the ball right straight to the first baseman, who throws to second for a force out. You have to get it past the pitcher and past the first baseman. Kind of a little area right between there toward the second baseman. Then you have a chance.
Grounded just foul. And it is 0-2. 28-year-old from Fort Smith, Arkansas, the University of Arkansas. He saw 5 for 15 against Seattle pitching last year, including his only major league home run. Not surprisingly, it was an inside the park home run. September 23rd against Anthony Vasquez. He drove one to the gap left center field. Outfielders out there both diving, and it got past both to the wall. Gentry not even running all out really until he got to second base, and he still scored easily standing up on that drive. Took Vargas 24 pitches to get through the first. 36th pitch. Again, grounded foul. Vargas last year was 10-13, an ERA of 4.25. Career high in wins, strikeouts, innings, 32 starts in his 3rd year with the Mariners. And the 3 shutouts, tied for 3rd in the league, just 1 behind Derek Holland. All 3 were over a 6-start span from June 3rd to July 1st. Vargas came over with 5 others, including Endy Chavez, in the J.J. Puig deal with the Mets. Been an era since 2009. And Gentry reaches for that pitch, which appeared to be ball 3 high. It's strikeout number 2, and it's out number 2. Hitting the road, take the Rangers with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Rangers out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit TexasRangers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So here's Ian Kinsler for the second time. He started the game singling up the middle on an 0-2 pitch, stole second and scored. On a single by the next man, Michael Young. Three home runs ties him for the major league lead. As far as the American League, he's the leader. 6 extra base hits and 20 total bases. 6 of his 8 hits on the year, including the single in the first, have gone for extras. Only Ian and the Tigers' Austin Jackson in the AL have single, double, tripled, and homered.
Vargas a little bit worried about Torrealba at first base. He's thrown over there twice.
Well, he saw Torrealba get the steal last night. He saw him flip those antlers up there after beating out the infield hit, so he's apparently impressed. Can peek through and see that score. The Angels jumped off to a 6-0 lead at Minnesota against Francisco Liriano. Twins coming back though with 3 and down by 3 in the 5th. Joe Mauer homer. And the first road game of the year for the Rangers will be at Target Field tomorrow night. 7 on TXA 21 for the matchup of Matt Harrison and Anthony Swarzak. Up and in at 2-2 to Kinsler. This is the 20th pitch of the inning, and it's driven to right, and Ichiro has him played right. So Torrealba with the leadoff infield hit, but he stays put through 2, 1-0. brought to you by Geico Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And buy the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway MPG. Hey, Barnett and Tom Grieve, and we're ready for the third inning. Rangers got one in the first against Vargas. The Twins have managed only one hit against Holland. That was an Ichiro single with 2 outs in the first. He has struck out 3. Gotten 3 ground ball outs. And he starts Brendan Ryan with the ball. Top of the order, Figgins and Liddy will follow, and that is grounded just foul.
All 3 of the strikeouts that Derek has had today have come on good fastballs on the inside corner. One to Liddy, one to Wells looking, and then Montero swinging, but all 3 of them very well located fastballs right on the inside corner, right exactly where he was trying to throw it, right where Torrealba had his glove.
Over toward the corner in left field. It's a long run, but it's another diving catch by Josh Hamilton.
Well, he's had so many opportunities to do that so far this year. Ball goes up and you go, oh boy, there's a hit. And then you say, well, maybe not. Josh is closing on it, and if he gets there, he'll catch it. One more nice play in Josh's defensive talents, defensive talents this year.
Tom, as a left fielder, you see that ball hooking off the bat of a right-hander. You just got to tell yourself, go all out, you might get it. I guess if you have Hamilton's speed, you can almost get everything.
That's pretty much what you have to do on every ball that's hit up in the air. You go as hard as you can, and especially a ball hit over your head. Now you have to make a choice on a ball that's hit in front of you, whether you're going to hold up and catch it on a hop or whether you're going to go all out and try to catch it. We saw Figgins in a ball game in this series make that decision early in the game, couldn't quite get to it and went by him. Ball that Josh hit for a double. So you have a judgment play to make on a ball in front of you, but on a ball to the side or over your head, you just try to get the best jump you can, go as hard as you can, be aware of where the wall is, and make your best effort.
Holland strikes out his 4th Mariner, curving Figgins to death that time. Derek has a very sharp curve in the early innings.
A good assortment of pitches today, and a little bit better command today than he had in his opening game against the White Sox. Had good stuff that day, but it just really wasn't locating it like he normally does. So far in this game, he has done that. He's had a good curveball. He's thrown some sliders, a couple of changeups, and pretty good command of his fastball. He's kept it down very well.
That one just missing at 94 to Liddy, who was Derek's first strikeout victim. Caught him looking. Low again at 94. Alex Liddy saying the other day that growing up in Italy, there is more interest in baseball than we would think over here. Nowhere near the level of soccer, of course. Never will be, but it's got a presence. And it has produced its first Italian developed over there, as we said, in the Majors International European Academy. And he thinks there will be more where he came from.
Well, Liddy had a big year last year in AAA. He hit 30 home runs, knocked in 104 runs. So he's got some pretty good power. We saw him play third base toward the end of the season a little bit last year, and he made some really nice plays defensively there too. He's a big guy, but he moves around pretty well at third base. A little prone to the strikeout. He struck out 170 times in AAA ball last year, but he's definitely got some power.
From San Remo, Italy, and another fastball at 94 misses, and it's 3-2.
Well, it's one of the few times Derek has missed when he's come inside there trying to throw a strike. Got Liddy looking on a pitch just like that the first time up.
He has not walked a batter today after walking 3 in 6 innings against Chicago. And he gets him on a pitch. Probably high for ball 4. Back-to-back strikeouts and a 1-2-3 third on just 12 pitches. Group tickets for groups of 20 or more start as low as $10. Group pricing in multiple seating areas available here at the ballpark, including all-you-can-eat seats. Log on to TexasRangers.com/groups or call 972-RANGERS. Michael Young, Hamilton, and Beltray in the Ranger third. Michael drove in the first inning run, singling home Kinsler. And the second game in a row in which Michael singled in a run in the first. Last night it was the game's only run until the seventh inning homers by Kinsler and Andrews. Turned out not to be quite enough. 2-1 pitch grounded and gobbled up by Ryan, who plays shortstop with a flare. Former Cardinal handles the first out of the inning and brings up Josh Hamilton. Josh in the first grounded to first baseman Justin Smoke on the only pitch he saw. It advanced Michael Young from second to third. The bat goes flying, but they were ready for it, and no harm done, just a souvenir. That guy fearlessly grabbed it on the fly, it looked like.
That had some pretty good distance to it, but nothing like the couple that we saw him throw in spring training. Yeah, you can try to catch that, but best thing to do is duck out of the way. Don't take any chances while that thing helicopters in the air towards you. Sure did catch that thing. Pretty good concentration.
No kidding. That is your hard-earned souvenir. One ball, two strike pitch. 2-2. Josh has hit in each of the first 6 games this year. Only the Orioles' Adam Jones also already has a 6-game hitting streak in the American League. Josh tied for first in the league, 10 base hits, third in total bases. Kind of a spotty history against Vargas. He's just 3 for 18, but 2 of the 3 hits were homers. Vargas so far has walked only 1. That was Beltre in the first. As he went to 3 straight 3-ball counts, throwing a lot of pitches. This is his 55th of the afternoon, and he gets Hamilton looking.
That was a perfect pitcher's pitch if it was a strike. Josh thought it was a little bit outside. You see the catcher with his glove trying to frame the ball, and according to Fox Tracks, call might have gone Vargas's way right there. Looked like it was a little bit outside. Josh definitely thought he'd had ball 4.
So 1 strikeout each inning so far for Vargas, and Beltre goes after the first pitch.
Yeah, Vargas has had a couple of good years for Seattle. He's averaged close to 200 innings. Fewer hits than innings pitched, fewer than 3 walks per 9 innings. He's a solid, probably you'd label him a number 3 starter, number 3 or 4 starter. Doesn't have overpowering stuff, but he's a very dependable guy who goes out there for 31 or 32 starts the last couple of years, and looks like he'll do the same thing this year. Knows how to pitch.
And he gets Beltre reaching for one way up out of the zone. 6 in a row set down by Jason Vargas. 4 strikeouts. Familiar one. This is the 3rd straight game. Seem to be stuck on 1-0. Holland is a very strong start. Michael Young, the RBI. 103rd all-time against Seattle, equaling the total of Juan Gonzalez. In the 4th, 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Ichiro, Smoke, and Montero. Ichiro has the Seattle hit. A 2-out single. But Holland got Smoke to ground back to him. Since then, the only base runner, Olivo, on the throwing error by Kinsler. Backhand pick, and the accurate throw as usual by Ian this time. Our Ford leaderboard. This goes back to July 7th of last year. That was a shutout for Holland against Oakland. He next start shut out these Mariners. Most wins since then. Only Justin Verlander has more. This is including the postseason. Fister, who went to Detroit from Seattle last year. But Derek Holland trying to go 13-1 over that stretch beginning in early July. Strike 2 to Justin Smoke. With Derek against the Mariners. Coming into today, 10 games, 6 of which were starts, 5-1 record, and an ERA of 3.17, including the 5-hit shutout last July 14th at Safeco Field. No one in the West beat Derek Holland last year. He was 7-0 within the division. His ERA was 2.85.
Just missed trying to get that ball inside again. I think that's where you want to pitch Justin Smoke. Don't let him extend his arms. He's done that left-handed anyway. Several times in the series.
And the full count. Three-two pitch hit high, deep, left field. Hamilton with room for the out.
That was a breaking ball that Smoke hit okay. I don't think he got it on the good part of the bat. Might not have been exactly where Derek was trying to throw that curveball. Generally, you want to keep it down. It was kind of up and in. And Derek's probably thinking, good, got an out on a pitch that I really wasn't trying to throw.
He has retired 9 of the last 10 now. That includes Montero. He struck him out to begin the second, and he starts him with a strike here. Jesus Montero's first 24 major league games as a .317 hitter. Sends this one to Gonzalez, who backhands, and another 1-2-3 inning. After 3.5, 1-0. Trivia question. Who holds the Rangers record for the most RBI in a single game? One of the biggest names in Ranger history. You won't be that surprised, I don't think, when you see the answer. First, we'll see Nelson Cruz, who struck out in the first against Jason Vargas. Grounds the first pitch here to the left of Alex Liddy. Both pitchers really locking in now.
Yeah, the Rangers let Vargas off lightly in the first inning. They had an opportunity for a pretty good inning. He limited it to one, and since that time, the Rangers have only had one hit. That's not surprising. Vargas is a good pitcher. He's capable of tuning up really good games. Beat the Rangers a couple of times last year.
Here's Napoli, who fly to center in the first. 3 of the first 4 Rangers reached. Since then, he's retired 9 of 10. The only exception, Yorvi Torrealba, who led the second with an infield hit. And another ground ball. This one right to Ryan.
I want to thank Charlene and Barbara McGowan of Arlington for the Scottish shortbread with hazelnuts and the blueberry banana muffins that they sent from their restaurant. Thank you very much, ladies. Enjoyed by all in the press box today.
Here's Torrealba. One of the 3 hits the Rangers have managed against Vargas. Yorvi now lifetime against Vargas is 6 for 12, including a double and a homer.
Same pitch.
Other matinees going on. Still 6-3 Angels at Minnesota. That's in the bottom of the 6th. And Detroit leading Tampa Bay 3-1 bottom of the 6th. And in the upcoming road trip, beginning at Minnesota tomorrow night. 3 there. 2 in Boston next Tuesday and Wednesday. And then 4 in Detroit Thursday through Sunday. So Ron Washington will get his first crack at the Tigers with the addition of Prince Fielder. As the schedule would turn pretty challenging pretty quickly. Rangers have never had much success at all at Target Field. They'll hope to change that as this one is lifted high and deep to left center field. Drifting over, Figgins in front of Wells for the catch. Just 8 pitches in a 1-2-3 fourth for Jason Vargas. Answer the AT trivia question. Who holds the Rangers record for RBI in a game? It was Pudge. 9 at Seattle. 1999. 13 years ago tomorrow. And they all came in the first 3 innings. You remember that, Mark McLemore?
I remember a little bit of that. We obviously pounded them. But, yeah, that was something that doesn't happen very often. Number one, get 9 in one game, but the first 3 innings. That's a lot.
Curve for a strike to Kyle Seager. 1-0 again. Now, you've been hard on yourself for not bringing the offense so far. Maybe that changes here.
I sure hope so, because this 1-0 thing, you know, with this offense, it just doesn't seem right. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Not at home anyway.
Well, actually, it's continuing the early trend in Major League Baseball for dominant pitching and low scoring. We'll run some numbers by the two of you here in a moment.
Well, the Rangers have had 4 out of their 6 games where they've scored 3 runs or less. They actually scored 3 runs in 3 of them and 1 run in another game.
So here's what's going on in the majors at this very early juncture. Total, both teams combined are averaging just over 8 runs per game. That is the lowest since 1981 at this point in the season. On the ground to Beltre. Throws out Seager. And the composite batting average in the majors is .237. That's the lowest since 1973, the first year of the DH. Pitching just getting that good?
I don't know. I think they raised the mound around both leagues. You think that?
I'm not sure. I think it's probably a combination of things. I think the fact that steroids are no longer a part of the game probably continues to affect the offense a little bit. That might be one factor. Who knows? I don't know what the weather pattern has been throughout baseball the first week and a half of the season, but that could have an effect. Cold weather, windy weather, ball not carrying. But I've felt for, the last 10 or 15 years, when you hear people say it's an offensive game, whatever happened to the pitching, I've never felt that way. I've always felt that the pitching gets better and better. They're bigger, stronger, they throw harder. It's just that the hitters are so big and so strong and so good that there's been times where their offense has dominated the game. So I'm not sure if there's one factor, but I'd like to see what the weather pattern has been compared to other years, too.
So, Mac, it's not just you. I'm trying to make you feel better.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think there's been, a lot of times, Mac, watching the first 6 games that the Rangers have played, there's been a lot of pitches that the Rangers have had to hit and haven't taken advantage of it, that as the season gets going, those balls are going to be going 420 feet. So I don't know if the hitter's timing is a little bit off. They're behind the pitchers. For whatever reason, these guys can hit, and they will.
Oh, they will. No doubt about it. I think a lot of times, pitchers are usually ahead of hitters, especially early in the season, I think, because they're just ready to go. Most batters don't, I think in spring training, most hitters, I know when I was playing, every starter would pretty much get at least 100 at bats in spring training. Now you don't see so much of that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. 40, 45 to 55 or 60 at bats is what they seem to get now. There's so much emphasis on making sure everybody's healthy to start the season. Managers are reluctant to overplay their regulars in spring training.
Gentry retiring Miguel Olivo. 2 outs, and it brings up Casper Wells, who struck out his first time up.
I know from an opponent for the Rangers this year, I wouldn't want to face any of the Rangers starters. Usually you look at a rotation and you go, oh, good, we're missing the first 2 and we're going to lunch up on the last 3. But you look at the Ranger rotation, there's not one guy in that rotation that you look at and say, oh, I should have a good day today. I like hitting against him. No, these guys can pitch. They're tough to hit. So at least from the Rangers standpoint, I could see why teams aren't hitting much against us.
Right. I think you've got one guy, Colby Lewis, that's not in the mid-90s. Right. Everybody else is coming out throwing mid-90s with movement, and that's tough to hit.
Nothing and 2 to Wells.
Bullpens get better and better. Very seldom do you see anyone's bullpen that doesn't have 3 or 4 guys throwing 94 to 98 miles an hour. So I think pitching is getting better, and maybe the momentum is turning a little bit toward pitching away from hitting.
10 in a row retired by Derek Holland. 6 strikeouts. He gets Wells for the second time. Fans 13 and under can join the official Kids Fan Club of the Texas Rangers. Membership in the Junior Rangers Club, presented by Dr. Pepper, only $15. And it provides your Junior Ranger with a lot of good stuff. Alberto Gonzalez takes a big turn and holds at first with his first hit as a Ranger and just his second at bat.
He'll get a chance to play today as Elvis gets the off day. He's made a couple of nice plays in the field. He hit the ball hard his first time up, too. Dead center field. And he sneaks this one by Liddy at third base. And he get the Ranger rally going here in the 5th inning. I think this could be a bunt situation right here for Craig Gentry, trying to get a man in scoring position for Kinsler.
You see, even with the bag at third, Liddy. And there is the bunt right in front of the plate, though. And Olivo simply did not have to go far enough for Gonzalez to be advanced on that one. In time for an update from our Fox Sports Southwest studios, here's Leslie McCaslin. All right, Leslie, so Gentry at first after the unsuccessful sacrifice attempt. Here's Kinsler. He's hit it hard both times. In the first, a leadoff line single to center, and he lined out to Ichiro to end the second. 3 homers in his first 6 games for the second straight year for Ian Kinsler. Only other Rangers to do that back-to-back years. Dean Palmer, 92, 93, and Nelson Cruz did it the last 2 years. Looks at that one in there at the knees. Kinsler, excellent numbers against Vargas even before today. There goes Gentry, and the throw is in time. He got off the bag and got tagged out, and that is the first time in Craig Gentry's major league career he has ever been caught stealing.
Yeah, I don't know that the throw was in time. Gentry beat the throw easily, but the infielder kept the tag on him, and evidently Gentry slid past the bag. He's got the base stolen easily, as a matter of fact. And there it is.
By an inch. Off the bag by an inch. Better look even right here.
He's trying to hook that bag with his foot, isn't he, Matt?
He is. And, when I always, well, most of the time I go in head first. I would try to have my body go over the bag as opposed to try to hang on to it.
To slow you down?
To slow me down. My body would go up and over the bag, and I could hang on to it with my toes if I needed to. So when you're trying to go to the side and hang on with your hands and your foot, it can be kind of hard, especially on this infield because it's so fast, because of the dryness of it.
Craig Gentry was 19 for 19 for his career, stealing perfect 18 for 18 last year.
Well, they knew he was going. Vargas had thrown over there, and he got a good jump, and with his speed, he had stolen the base easily.
They had no chance.
And driven into the gap. Would have been nice to have Gentry at second base right about then. Kinsler digging almost halfway before scrambling back.
That's forcing the throw.
I like it. Aggressive.
Mac, when a guy overslides the bag, let me ask you this. He overslides the bag like that. Does that mean he should have started his slide earlier, or that's just the price you pay for a head first slide?
It depends on the field. Like this field is really quick because it's dry. So you might want to start a little bit earlier. A lot of times on fields that were pretty fast, I would try and go feet first. So I wouldn't have to worry about that. I can hit it and pop up and be ready to go. But when you've got a dry track, you want to make sure that you start your slide early enough to where you don't go over it.
Right. I've seen guys sometimes on a muddy track slide and stick and not even get to the bag. So,
I've tagged a few of those guys.
Were you laughing when you tagged them?
Absolutely. Come on, get it. Yeah, that's fun, especially the guys that can't run. Those are the guys that really stick.
Are they good sports about it as you're kind of laughing at them?
Oh yeah, I've had guys, do a pop up and end up 5 feet short of second base and start running back to, backpedaling back to first base. So yeah, they know. Well,
Michael Young drove in the game's only run with a single in the first, and last time up grounded to short. He lifts this one out toward Ichiro, drifting back on the track and gone. A 2-run blast for Michael Young. First home run of the year. 3-0 Rangers.
I scored.
Mac, you're going to get star of the game today. Mac is on the board. Yes.
Doesn't hurt that Michael Young was my player to watch for today's game either.
There's been some balls hit fairly well to left center field that don't seem to have carried well today. This is a high fastball that Michael hits well, gets it up, and it did carry out of here to right field. Solidly hit ball, and all 3 runs batted in go to Michael so far.
Ichiro ready for the jump. Just not a play to be made, as it turned out. Just made the railing. First homer of the year for Michael. Came in today with 2 RBIs. He has now driven in all 3. And I knew it would happen. You just can't keep coming up here 5th inning after 5th inning and leaving without providing any offense. So I just had a feeling today was your day.
You're right, I did. When Gonzalez got on, I knew he was going to score somehow, although it didn't look that promising after Gentry got thrown out at second.
Well, nice job out of you today.
Thank you. We'll take it.
All right, Mark McLemore will be with us after the game on Rangers Live. Michael Young extends Derek Holland's lead to 3-0. brought to you by Ace Cash Express, earning your trust since 1968. Derek Holland takes the mound, now leading 3-0, working on a one-hitter. Had one hit, a first-inning single by Ichiro. He has retired the last 10 Mariners, including Brendan Ryan, who flied out to left field. A great sprinting, diving catch out there by Josh Hamilton in the third. Well, last night, Rangers didn't extend the lead to 3-0 until the 7th with the homers by Kinsler and Andrews. Derek gets his lead stretched a little bit earlier today. The Rangers try to take 3 out of 4 from Seattle, and 5 out of 7 in this season opening homestand. Two and two to Ryan. Top of the order, Figgins will be next, and then Alex Liddy.
Not much in the way of hard hit balls for the Mariners through 5 innings. Ichiro lined a solid base hit to center field in the first inning. That's about it.
3-2. Derek in the first 2 innings, 18 strikes against 5 balls. The next 3, 26 strikes against 9 balls. He's 73 pitches, now 49 for strikes. And that one is lifted out to left field, and it is over the head of Hamilton and off the wall. And Brendan Ryan has a leadoff double. First hit in 8 at-bats lifetime against Derek Holland.
Well, that ball was hit well, no doubt about that. Looks like it might even carry off the wall. Fastball right in the center square, but if you're Derek Holland, you say to yourself, he's the 9th place hitter. I'm not going to walk him with a 3-run lead. Here's my fastball, and Ryan was able to get the bat out and hit it well.
So Seattle with its second base hit and third base runner. The other was Olivo on the throwing error by Kinsler in the second. And a few times today we see Holland having to pitch from the stretch. And strike 1 to Figgins, who's grounded to short and struck out today. In center field, he played there 36 times with the Angels back in '05 before he settled on a position. He started at 6 different spots that year. Eventually became their third baseman. And this year has been the left fielder for Seattle after a opening day start at third. They have played Seager at third, but today it's the on-deck hitter Liddy over there. Figgins in center. Little number here, and Holland covering the bag. The toss by Napoli.
That's a good toss by Mike. He really had to lead him with a soft underhand toss to first base. And Derek, left-handed, falls off the mound a little bit to the third base side. He's got to really hustle to get over there. Figgins doesn't run quite like he used to, but he still gets down the line pretty well. And there's nice slow motion replay of a good feed to first base, and Derek getting the ball in plenty of time to be able to find first base.
It advances Ryan to third, and here is Liddy, who has struck out both times. Caught looking the first, swinging to end the third. Had baseball in his family. His father at one point moved from Italy to California and played there. So he instilled the love of the game in young Alex back in Italy. Up for 15 games last year, his major league debut. tore it up in the Cactus League. He hit .370 in Arizona. Made the opening day roster. Angels and the Twins now bottom of the 7th, and Minnesota down early 6-0. It's now 6-4. Josh Willingham with a homer. Tigers 3, Tampa Bay 2. They're also in the bottom of the 7th. That game in Detroit. 2-2.
Liddy's upset with himself. Feels like he's had a couple of fastballs and been late on him. Actually fouled him out down the right field line. And Derek with 1 out, man on third. He struck out Liddy twice. Great spot to try to punch him out again right here. Trying to hit that inside corner like he did before. He's missed it a couple of times. See if he tries to come back with that same pitch. Looks like it. Torrealba's on the inside part of the plate, and there it is, but he just missed with it. Good try.
How close was this?
Close, but not quite there.
Second full count of the inning. Ryan doubled on his 3-2 pitch. Liddy trying to bring him home and end the shutout. Foul behind third base coach Jeff Datz that time.
That's kind of the maturity you see in Derek Holland now. He can go with a 2-2 fastball, miss with it, go to 3-2, and then come back with an off-speed pitch on a 3-2 pitch. Not just locked into a fastball. Saw Nefty Feliz do that in his start. Of course, Kobe Lewis does that all the time. Matt Harrison can throw his breaking ball or his changeup in those situations.
Base hit to left field, and the Mariners are on the board. As Alex Liddy drives in his second run of the season, Ryan scores. It's 3-1 Rangers.
He threw him a curveball that stayed up, and Liddy hit that one pretty well.
Turned on it right on the inside edge. And that brings up Ichiro with still only 1 man out. For this inning, Ichiro had their only hit, a single with 2 outs in the first. Last time he grounded out to second. First run allowed by a Rangers starter in nearly 23 innings. It's looking like Holland might have the 4th scoreless start in the first 7 games out of the gate for the Ranger staff this year. It was the first time in club history that 3 of the first 6 starts were scoreless. First time it had happened anywhere in baseball since the '08 Cardinals. Mariners trying for the 2nd straight game to overcome a 3-0 deficit, but now Ichiro down to the count 1-2. This will be the 88th pitch for Holland. And a little nubber. Beltre with only the play at first base. Liddy up to second, scoring position now with 2 outs for Smoke. And here's Jim Knox.
All right, Dave, it was Wildlife Educational Day by the Dallas Zoo here this afternoon at the ballpark. This is Sean Green, the director. What was the message to the kids, Sean?
Well, it was about building appreciation for wildlife. This is the 4th year we've done it with the Rangers. It's a great partnership. The kids had a lot of fun, and hopefully they went away with a better respect for animals like alligators and owls.
Very nice. They look good. And I understand the alligator has some talent. Can you wave there, buddy?
A little bit.
Hey,
yeah.
not bad.
Right
huh?
on cue.
Let's see if we can interview. Huh?
Be careful there.
Careful there. All right, Dave.
That alligator looks like he'd like to get a hold of that owl, too, probably.
First pitch fouled off by Justin Smoke. Justin today has bounced to the mound and flied to left. Yeah, before the game, a couple of penguins running around on the field down there. On a 77-degree afternoon when we got started. Overcast now, but the wind still whipping in from right center field. Long drive out there. Gentry just in front of the track. The Mariners on the board, a run on 2 hits. They lead 1. The Penguins have seen a good pitcher's duel again here today. Inning brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot is worth $600 in dinner for 2 at a Sonic drive-in. And the Rangers today are hitting for Diana De Leon from Carrollton. If a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Diana will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. And in the Rangers 6th, this Beltre, Cruz, and Napoli. Jason Vargas at 80 pitches, 50 for strikes. Beltre walked and stole second in the first, struck out in the third. Twins have now tied that game against the Angels.
Wow.
6-6, still batting in the 7th. Comeback started against Dan Herron. High to medium center for Figgins. Beltre 0 for 2. This Saturday, NASCAR on Fox here in Texas under the lights. It's exclusive coverage of Sprint Cup Series racing presented by Farmers, live from the Texas Motor Speedway at 6 p.m. Central. Great seats are still available for Saturday's race. Go to TexasMotorspeedway.com for all the details. We're for Marcos Ambrose, right, Tom?
That's who I'm
guest
going
up here
for all the way.
Last night.
I loved having him up here. What a personable guy. We'll be watching, Marcus.
Nelly Cruz, a strikeout and a ground out. Nelly 4 for 23 on the year. One of those hits a homer, though. He's managed 4 runs batted in.
Yeah, that was a big home run, too, against the White Sox. Tied the ball game after the White Sox had jumped off to an early lead against Yu Darvish.
Reaches out and spoils that one. Yeah, that 11-run outburst Rangers came up with on Monday. But since then, pitchers duels, and another one today. Holland against Vargas. Rangers out hitting Seattle 6-3. 3 of those hits coming in the 5th. The big one, Michael Young's 2-run home run. A lot of ground ball outs for Vargas today. Ryan throws out Cruz. 2 outs in the 6th. And it'll bring up Napoli. Mike has flied to center. Last time he grounded to Ryan. The Ranger bullpen today will not include Joe Nathan or Alexi Ogando after their work last night. Ron Washington's closer, a mystery, said before the game. We'll figure it out, whoever's out there in the ninth. You would have to think Mike Adams would be the number one, maybe the only candidate. But Nathan and Ogando will not work today. Liner, but it's right to Ryan. And the Rangers go in order in the 6th. Holland back to work, leading 3-1.
Derek Holland back on the mound in the top of the 7th. The Rangers bullpen, especially the back end, has been very busy through this first homestand. Here is how Ron Washington assesses his bullpen headed into today's game.
Nathan will be down. I think we'll probably stay away from Ogando also, but everyone else is available. And as far as how we'll put it together, we'll just see how the game dictates. And then if we have to match up, if we can go to one guy to shut it down, we'll do that. But we just got to wait and see how the games unfold before we can know exactly how we'll do that.
And a great start so far for Derek Holland. One thing I do want to mention, I've noticed over the last couple of, 12 or so hours since Joe Nathan blew that save last night, he has not turned down anyone's questions. He had answered every question at his locker last night. More people coming back for more questions today, and he answered every one of them in full, and I'm sure some of the same ones over and over again. So big kudos to him, guys.
Yep, absolutely. He faced everything head on in the clubhouse last night, and again before the game, and was given several chances to say, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't be used back to back," and he really kept coming back to the theme that he wasn't that unhappy with his pitches last night. He just gave Seattle credit for some good swings.
Well, I think the big thing in both back-to-back appearances that Joe has had, afterwards he said he felt great. His arm felt fine, and that's the bottom line. No matter who you are, you might have a day where you have a bad day, no matter how good you feel. And, you know, yesterday was a bad day, but that's the way it goes. The big thing is he felt great. And as long as he feels good, Rangers will be very, very happy to have a 2-run lead with him on the mound in the 9th inning.
Hamilton retires Montero. In fact, Joe said today he feels like he did in his 20s.
Well, that's good enough for me. I know what he's done in the past. If that's the way he feels now, I can't wait to have another lead and him in the game. As far as answering all the questions, that's not a surprise. That's the way he's always been with the Twins, and no reason to believe he'd be any different now that he's a Ranger. And a closer has to be that way. You know, you have to be able to put it behind you. You have to know that those questions are going to come after a tough loss. That's kind of comes with the territory for a closer. You're expected to just automatically go out in the 9th inning, shut the team down, and get the win. And most of the times they do. But when they don't, it's a tough loss, and you have to answer those questions.
Kyle Seager gets a hold of that one, and he finds the upper porch. His first home run of the year. It's 3-2.
Well, the last 2 pitches that have hurt Derek have been breaking balls. Alex Liddy drove a hanging curveball into left field to drive in a run, and looked like Seager was able to get out in front of an off-speed pitch right there and launch it into the upper deck. Wants to get that down and away. It's right in the center of the plate. So that's not necessarily a bad pitch selection. It's just a bad location with the curveball.
Same pitch in there for a strike to Olivo.
Key against the Mariners looks like just don't get a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, that's the magic number to avoid, apparently. Olivo today as 0 for 2, reached on an error and fly to center. 2 for 19 on the trip. Holland took a 3-0 lead into the 6th. Gave up a run, the Ryan double and the Liddy single. And the homer by Seager, followed by a strikeout of Olivo, number 7 on the day. Here's Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Dave. The Fox Sports Southwest Fan Express rolled in their first trip of the season here at the ballpark, courtesy of the ticket. 1310 the ticket. It had everything. It had the Fox Sports Southwest girls, Kami and Liddy. It also had the Chicken Chicks, just missing Bob and Dan, the good buddies. I guess they got to work. But it also had Will. How was the trip, Will?
Oh, man, the trip was awesome. The bus has got a new wrap. The bathroom works properly. We got to watch Shania Twain, listen to the ticket. It's fantastic.
Awesome. Okay, good to have you here. Look for the Fox Sports Southwest Fan Express at a city near you. Texarkana, they come in a week from this Tuesday. We expect to see everyone from Texarkana at that game. Dave?
Everyone, the whole town. Get out here. 0-2 to Casper Wells. Trying to avoid a hat trick. Caught looking in the 2nd, swinging in the 5th. Holland now at 102 pitches. 1-run lead. Bullpen is silent. Ron Washington, Mike Maddox confident Derek can get through at least the 7th, and looking like on into the 8th.
Definitely not hitting his fastball. They've hit a couple of hanging curveballs, but they're not touching his fastball except for Brendan Ryan, who doubled on it. Other than that, hadn't been a hard hit ball off his fastball.
Seager goes 438 feet to the upper porch to make it a 1-run game. Stretch time at the ballpark. Presented by Burger King. Only 6 hits allowed by Jason Vargas. Kinsler and Young have 4 of those, and they've scored all the runs. Young singling in Kinsler in the first, homering to drive him in the 5th. Now thinking insurance runs for Derek Holland as it's Torrealba to lead off the bottom of the 7th. The infield hitting to fly to center today for Jorvik. And drives that one fair past Liddy, down the line and into the corner. And Torrealba has a leadoff double. Had to wait a moment because Casper Wells has a great arm out there. 7 outfield assists, led all rookies last year, but Torrealba made it easily.
Well, the Rangers trying to get a little something going here to get some more runs on the board.
Jorvik safe at second. Safe and secure New York life. Laying down to bunt, Alberto Gonzalez, and the dribble's foul. Rangers have only 3 men left on. They were all in the first 2 innings. They left 2 in the first. Mariners have also left only 3. They have only 4 base hits.
Hey, you really don't have to be too fancy here. All you have to do is square around and bunt it right to the third baseman. Doesn't matter really how hard you bunt it. As long as he fields it, Torrealba's going to get to third base. You don't have to try to trick anybody.
Pops it up and it's dropped by Olivo. That could be a huge break on missed execution.
Oh, it's the second time today that the Rangers haven't got a bunt down. Gentry couldn't get the bunt down in the 5th inning. Actually got it down, but Gonzalez was forced out at second base on the bunt. Now Gonzalez lucky to still be back there, still be at bat, but maybe you can move him to third base now. No balls and 2 strikes. He's hit the ball hard twice today.
Down swinging after it looked like Olivo maybe took his eye off, glancing down at second, thinking I'll grab it and then maybe throw behind Torrealba, but they get the out anyway. 6 strikeout for Vargas, and it brings up Gentry. Erasmo Ramirez warming in the Seattle pen. This Ranger team is beyond overdue in these situations. 3 for their last 22 with runners in scoring position after going 4 for 8 on Monday. Craig in his first start of the year has struck out, bunted into a fielder's choice, and then for the first time in the major leagues was caught stealing as he slid off the bag back in the 5th by just an inch or so, but enough to be tagged out by Seager. This one goes to Seager, who backhands for the out. It does advance Torrealba to third. And Kinsler will be the batter.
Vargas won't be the pitcher, though.
Eric Wedge has Erasmo Ramirez warmed up out there. And that does it. But some quality work from Jason Vargas today. 29-year-old from Apple Valley, California, throws 96 pitches, 63 for strikes. Ramirez in a 3-2 game, 2 outs. Torrealba at third. North Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Drive the 2012 F-150 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Jack in the Box. Love bacon? Then try the new BLT cheeseburger combo for only $4.99 plus tax. 21-year-old Nicaraguan Erasmo Ramirez on for the second time in this series, his first 2 appearances in the major leagues. And he starts Ian Kinsler at 94 for a strike. Came in Monday, allowed only a Josh Hamilton home run in his 3 innings of work. Big day as Kinsler's hot hitting in this opening homestand of the year has continued. Led the game with a single, stole second, scored on Young's hit, singled and scored on the Young homer in the 5th. And he drives that one into the corner in left field. Torrealba trots home. Kinsler into second with a double, a 3-hit day, and it's 4-2.
That's one of those big 2-out hits. Big hit by Ian right there. Mariners had come back from 3-0 to make it 3-2. Rangers couldn't get a bunt down earlier in the inning. And Ian comes up and gets a breaking ball out over the plate and drives it for a double. Ramirez threw his fastball for strike 1, then hung his curveball for a double. Give the Rangers another 2-run lead.
The 6th RBI already this year for Ian Kinsler. Michael Young now will go for his 3rd hit. Drove in the first 3 Ranger runs, retired only on a grounder to short in the 3rd. So the book now closed on Vargas, 6 2/3, 4 runs on 7 hits. He struck out 6, walked only 1. Up the middle, and Michael does it again. Kinsler comes home. 3 hits, 4 runs batted in today for Young, and it is back to a 3-run lead.
Michael, we highlighted Michael in the pregame show. Hitting with men in scoring position, how good he's been at it. Last year, he only had 11 home runs. He knocked in over 100 runs by doing just this. Making solid contact, getting base hits with men in scoring position all season long last year, and he's doing the same thing to start this season. Basically, he's done it his whole career. The Rangers had kind of squandered a 3-0 lead. It was looking a little shaky there at 3-2 with 2 outs, 2 big hits by the guys at the top of the order. Ian always leading off, and Michael batting second today. He's had a pretty good day batting second. Not customarily where he bats.
2 straight hits with men in scoring position after that spell of 3 for 23. Now here's Hamilton. Second look at Ramirez, and again he homered off of him on Monday. Nothing yet out of the infield today for Josh. He's grounded to first and struck out twice. Career .327 hitter with men in scoring position, 6th active. And that was before his 2-for-2 performance here this afternoon. Inside, and it's 3-0 to Josh. He's trying to keep his streak intact of at least a hit in every game.
You know, if a guy's a .330 hitter and he hits .326 with men in scoring position, he's just pretty much doing what he always does anyway. In Michael's case, he's a lifetime .304 hitter and hits, 23, 24 points higher with men in scoring position. I think it'll fluctuate for guys from year to year. You might have a big year one year and a down year the next, but when you do it over 10 years and thousands of at-bats, pretty much tells the story.
Josh swinging away at 3-0. Little bit under that one, though, and Wells is there for out number 3, but a couple of very big insurance runs on 3 hits, 2 of them doubles by Torrealba and Kinsler. New show called Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. So tune in each Saturday at 10 a.m. here on Fox Sports Southwest or visit hometownkids.tv for more information. Dave Barnett, Tom Grieve in the 8th now. And Derek Holland for the second time today armed with a 3-run lead. The number 9 hitter Ryan will be first, then Figgins and Liddy. Derek threw 5 innings today, was working on a 1-hit shutout until Ryan led off the 6th with a double on a 3-2 pitch. 2 batters later, singled home by Liddy. That broke the shutout. In the 7th, Seager hit one into the upper porch, 438 feet, and that made it 3-2. But the Rangers getting those 2 back in the bottom of the 7th. Derek at 105 pitches. With action now in the bullpen, Scott Feldman and Koji Wahara.
It could be a case of Scott is the long man, didn't get a chance to pitch today, just loosening up to stay sharp. Koji's a late inning guy. Have to think if someone comes in this inning, it would be Koji. I think Scott's just getting his work in.
Sparkling line for Derek in his second start.
Yep, been a really nice start for him. Remember, he had those two out walks that hurt him in the last start. No walks today.
Two and two. Angels have come up with a run to regain the lead in Minnesota in the 8th inning, 7-6 on a Peter Borges single, scoring Vernon Wells. Angels led 6-0 early. Twins battle back, chase Dan Heron to tie it, but not for long. There is strikeout number 8.
Well, Ryan hit the fastball for a double last time to lead off the inning. That time he had to contend with a good curveball, and he was way out in front of it. Darren got a couple of breaking balls up that hurt him the last couple of innings, but he kept that one right where he wanted it, down a little bit out of the strike zone, and got Ryan to swing at it for his 8th strikeout. No walks, 8 strikeouts.
Figgins, one of those strikeouts. The other 2 times he is grounded out. He's handled everything in center field, though, and first time out there in some 7 years. Veteran healthy again after hip miseries last year. Ball and 2 strikes.
Great movement on that sinker. Good, down and away. Got Figgins to chase it. The ball really went down. Derek has really had a good fastball today. Not his best velocity. Boy, he's been effective with his location. He's kept it down. Derek's fastball today has been 92 to 94. And we've seen him frequently when it's maybe 94 to 96. So a couple of ticks down. But you combine the 92 to 94 with the location that he's had with it today, and it's been an exceptional fastball.
And we talk about this a lot, Tom, but if you're going to have your choice between a couple extra miles per hour or location, you go with location every time.
Yes, you would. No doubt.
But Derek has had both working today. This 2-2 pitch just fair into the left field corner. He went off speed, and Figgins will have a 1-out double. Only the 5th base hit today allowed by Derek Holland, and it will be the last, his 115th pitch. And before Ron Washington even gets to the first baseline, the ovation already underway for Derek Holland. Seven and a third, 5 hit ball, no walks, 8 strikeouts. And he turns a 5-2 lead in the 8th inning over to the bullpen. And to try and get the last 2 outs of the 8th as we look at this date in Rangers history. And in 1998, Kevin Elster hit an opposite field walk-off 2-run home run off Paul Quantrill. The Rangers beat Toronto 3-1.
Well, it's a good spot for Uehara right here. You know, the game's on the line. It's a 3-run game, but Seattle has shown that they can come back late in the ball game. Koji's 2nd appearance. First one was kind of a comfortable one, but this is a good solid opportunity for him to impress Ron Washington.
Liddy struck out his first 2 trips, singled in the first Mariner run in the 6th. Uehara, who turned 37 last week.
Robbie Ross is also throwing out in the bullpen now.
Lifted to center field, Gentry. Out number 2. And taking third will be Figgins.
I love to watch Gentry throw. Throws nice and easy, and when he lets go of the ball, it doesn't look like it's going to go as far as it does, and it just has great carry on it. Made a great throw yesterday. One-hop throw to second base. Watch him just effortlessly fire this ball in and all the way in on a line to the cutoff man. He can really throw.
So with 2 outs, here's Ichiro. He had their only hit for the first 5 innings, a single in the first. Since then, he's grounded to second and third. 1 for his last 11 after 3 hits on Monday.
Very good throwing mechanics right there. Not many outfielders have a stronger arm than Craig. Accurate, too. And he gets rid of it quickly.
All Japanese matchup here, and that one is lifted into the corner. It's a long run for Cruz, but he gets there in time, and Wahara does the job with 2 fly ball outs.
That make coaching feel good. Get an opportunity and a key part in the game and come in and get the job done.
Of the game, actually a few of them today, from Michael Young. Singled in Kinsler in the first to get the Rangers started. In the 5th, his first homer of the year, 2-run blast to right. And in the 7th against Ramirez, he again singled Kinsler home. He has driven in 4 of the Rangers' 5 runs today. As Ramirez starts the 8th against Beltre with a ball.
Minnesota dropped a couple on the Angels. It's 8-7 now. That's a seesaw battle in Minnesota.
A couple runs against Thompson. Game they trail 6-0 early against Dan Herron. Rangers opponent beginning tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on TXA 21 in Dallas Fort Worth. Beltre has walked, stolen a base, struck out, and flied to center. Justin Morneau, a 2-run home run for the Twins in the bottom of the 8th, and Mike Adams is getting ready for the 9th.
Yep, just started to get loose.
Three and 1 to Adrian. Tigers pouring it on Tampa Bay now. That one in the top of the 9th, and it's 7-2 Detroit. Ripped to third, handled by Liddy. Let's check in with Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Dave. Time for the progressive fan of the game. It has to be double trouble. They come masked up, rooting for the Rangers all day long. Also saying hi to Josh Hamilton. Ruben's idea. Ruben, here's the bag. Here's Zach. Congratulations. You got anything to say?
For Rangers, another season.
All right, there we go. Okay, way to go, Ruben. Way to go, guys. Progressive fan of the game. Keep it going.
Tom, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow night, that's how you and I come on the air.
Yeah, why not?
Shake it up.
Why not?
We can find some masks.
I wear the mask.
Sure.
I don't think I can do the. I can't get airborne.
Cruz sends Ichiro back, and he reaches at the track to haul that one in.
It's the second time in this series he's made almost the same catch. Stretching as far as he can, going back toward the wall. Hard hit ball by Nelly. Gets it up a little bit. Won't stay in the park.
So tough out for Cruz, who goes 0 for 4. And it'll bring up Napoli, who's fly to center, grounded to short, and lined to short. Erasmo Ramirez relieved Jason Vargas in the 7th inning. Vargas going 6 2/3 today. Charged with 4 of the 5 runs on 7 hits, struck out 6, walked only 1.
He pitched a nice game. Rangers end up with 4 runs off him, but did a good job.
So as we look ahead to the top of the 9th, 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Seattle. Smoke, Montero, and Seager. Napoli lays off the 0-2 breaking ball. Strokes that one into the seats, foul. Mariners last night, 3 runs in their final at bat on the road for a come from behind win. That had not happened in almost exactly 2 years.
Wow.
Since April 10th, 2010. Here, they were down 3-1 in the 9th. Got 3 runs off Frank Francisco and Darren O'Day to win that one 4-3. Napoli will take his base. And he's aboard with 2 outs for Torrealba. Well, this week, Fox Saturday Baseball returns as the Rangers will be in the Twin Cities taking on Joe Mauer and the Twins. Some areas will see the Cubs battle the Cardinals in an early season showdown between those bitter rivals. Fox Saturday Baseball returning this week 11:30 a.m. Central following MLB Player Poll, which airs at a special time. Check your local listings for the game and the start time in your area. Yorvi Torrealba's had a good day. A couple of hits, including a leadoff double. Key to 2-run 7th inning where the Rangers really needed the insurance runs, and he got them started.
Yeah, Erasmo Ramirez is only 21 years old. He's a young right-hander with nice future and a good arm. Struggling a little bit with his command today. He's thrown 23 pitches, only 11 of them for strikes.
Twins have added another run bottom of the 8th. Now 9-7 they lead the Angels. Matt Harrison against Anthony Swarzak tomorrow night. Over toward the line, drifting into foul territory, and Justin Smoke reaches up to make the grab. So on to the 9th. And Mike Adams with an opportunity for a save. with a 3-run lead. Southwest brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Ford dealer and drive the 2012 F-150 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Ford is the best in Texas. By Burger King, proud sponsor of opening week baseball. And by the Progressive Insurance Group for money-saving car insurance quote. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. Mike Adams on for the 9th inning, his 5th outing already this year. The 302nd of his career, and he'll be trying for just his 4th career save. Guy who has been arguably the best setup man in baseball last few years. Last year setting up Heath Bell in San Diego, then Neftali Feliz after coming over at the trading deadline, and a save opportunity with Joe Nathan unavailable after working back-to-back games. Derek Holland's start went 7 1/3 and featured 8 strikeouts, did not walk a batter, gave up only 5 hits and 2 runs.
Well, he had a really good fastball today. He mixed in his off-speed pitches, hung a couple of breaking balls late in the game that were hit, but for the most part the fastball just dominated the Mariners today. Derek didn't walk a batter. He struck out 8. Has a chance to win the ball game, and just exactly what you expect from Derek. After he put together the season he did last year in postseason play, he came into this season, you expect him to be a top pitcher, and he showed it today.
That is not a shock. Mike Adams throwing a strike. He's thrown almost all strikes these first 4 outings this year. Ron Washington yesterday said he's out there hitting nets. Just a crazy command.
Wash has got pretty good eyes if he can see that.
He's got a good view. Swing and a miss. Justin today 0 for 3 from the right side. 2 fly balls and the bouncer to the mound. Yu Darvish, who will start Saturday in that Fox game of the week. And Smoke manages to check.
Well, Mike throws a lot of fastballs, a lot of sliders, and he's throwing more changeups now, and it's coming along pretty nice for him too.
Hoping for his 2nd save in a Ranger uniform, and there's a start. Call strike 3 to Smoke.
Yeah, you keep it in there. You don't let Smoke get his arms extended out in front of the plate. Kind of tie him up in there. He likes to get his arms extended if you throw the ball out over the plate. But when you keep it in like that, he hasn't had the same success. Very well located fastball for Mike.
Brings up Jesus Montero. He struck out his first trip, then grounded to short and flied to left. And strike one at the knees. Last year, the Mariners barely touched Mike Adams. 1.35 ERA, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk in 7 outings. And out in front, 0-2 against Montero. Derek Holland ever closer to his first win of the year.
Imitating Mike's motion from the stretch. Gave him a chance to swing at the same pitch again, but he laid off.
Wind continues to gust. It's now coming straight in from center field. It was in from right center most of the day. First real jet stream we've experienced this year. Base hit through the hole, and Montero is aboard with 1 out.
Good job by Montero. He missed one slider, he took one, and then he hit one.
Let's hear from Emily Jones.
Well, I've moved back over to the Captain Morgan Club. Mark McLemore and I getting you set for Rangers Live. We'll wrap up the 7-game homestand. Hopefully Derek Holland's first win of the season and get you ready for that 8-game, 9-day, 3-city road trip for these Rangers, guys. All
right, Emily. We'll look forward to that as Seager steps up, grounded out his first 2 trips, and then homered off Holland into the upper porch. 438 feet in the 7th. And that brought the Mariners within 3-2. But in the bottom of the 7th, the Rangers got those 2 back on RBIs by Kinsler and Young. Twins are finally done in the bottom of the 8th, and they now lead the Angels 10-7. They trailed 6-0. 31,513 here for the rare weekday matinee. Adams 0-2 pitch. Just missed outside.
Right where he wanted to. Good call. A little bit outside. Tempting, but not quite there.
So the 1-2 pitch. Right back to him, knocks it down. Took a look at second, decides for the sure out at first.
And Mike kind of falls off the mound in his follow through, so when the ball's hit to the first base side of the pitching mound, he's in pretty good shape to field it. Watch his follow through, kind of leans toward first base, and he holds up with the legs and gets the glove in front of it to get the out.
3-run lead. The out's the important thing. Might have had a shot at the double play, but he went for the sure thing, and it is now in the hands of Miguel Olivo. Reached on a Kinsler throwing error in the 2nd. Flied to center in the 5th, struck out looking in the 7th. He went around, 0-1. Well, today, here's the strike ball ratio. 13 pitches, 10 strikes for Mike Adams. Uncanny command continues. Mariners He's down to the last strike.
Got that slider going right where he wants it. In fact, he's got all his pitches going right where he wants them.
Olivo would not reach. 1-2. Line drive and a base hit. And that will get Montero home as Olivo digs for second base. He's got an RBI double, and it is 5-3.
He just hit a pretty good pitch right there. That pitch was down and away. You know, Olivo's usually not the kind of hitter you would expect to hit the ball located there to right field. An excellent pitch and an excellent job of hitting by Olivo.
So he's got his third RBI of the year on his first double of the year. And Adams will now face the potential tying run and a pinch hitter, Michael Saunders. He's going to bat for Casper Wells. Wells struck out twice, flied out. So here's Saunders with Olivo at second and 2 outs. Adams is scored on for the first time this year in his 5th outing. And he starts Saunders with a strike.
Making a lot of good pitches. They've hit a couple of pretty good pitches. Got to give them Mariner hitters credit this inning.
Listen to the 18th pitch for Mike. And he rolls it out to Kinsler for out number 3, and the Rangers take 3 out of 4 against the Seattle Mariners. As Adams gets his 4th career save, and Derek Holland gets his first win of the year. And going back to July 2nd, Derek now 13-1, including the postseason. What a day for Michael Young. 3 hits, including his first homer, and 4 runs batted in at a 5-3 Ranger victory.
It was a good win. Rangers had a tough loss last night, a game they led and lost late. Come back the next day, day game after a night game, and come out and play a good game. It all starts with the starting pitching. Derek was strong. Michael Young was strong. Ian Kinsler had a good game. They scored 5 runs, and the bullpen hung in there. Got the save. Rangers get the win, go on the road after a nice 5-2 homestand.
2 hours 33 minutes in front of 31,513. Excellent crowd for a Thursday afternoon, and Ron Washington's club starts 5-2. Second best start since 1996. Let's go down to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Dave. What a day it was for Michael Young. Elvis fooled him with the fake pie. You're all right. You're in the clear. I'll tell you about it. Something about you in pressing situations. When runners are in scoring position, you're 5 for 9. You just bear down right there.
Well, first of all, the guy's got to be out there, so my teammates deserve credit for just being out there in the first place. But I'm trying to simplify my approach right there, trying to really lock in on the strike zone and try and make some good contact.
All right, talk about Derek Holland today. 7 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, and most importantly, no walks.
Yeah, our pitching's really picked us up over the last few days. Offensively, I think we're still waiting to really click as a team. We know it's going to come eventually, but our pitching's been doing just an incredible job right now, and they're picking us up big time.
All right, congratulations, Michael, on the big day. 4 runs batted in. Dave?
Yep, another strong start, but Michael Young wielding the big bat today. And a game that erased the tough memory of last night. 5-3, Rangers take 3 out of 4 from Seattle, and Rangers Live is coming up.